They say 1,393 of Arukh HaShulchan should be the schutz for Klal Yisrael. They were doing you're there, Siman Reish Nun Vav, Sif Ches to Yudalit. Ches, maybe the Sholoshit Azu, the B'tzoganim Ein Rashoyim L'Shanos. Then as according to Pino shows that in stuck up for poor people, you can't change it to some other purpose. Again, Ech Mashayim Mania Ir Liniola. So why do we change? How can we change from the local aniyim to aniyim from elsewhere? So it's coming from tamchui, vice versa. We can explain this in one of two ways. Either we're going to say that it's something on the excess. Like Rabbeinu Yonah put previously. Or it's really the hold the zelo make a shit that's not called a change. Aniyim are on the same level. So anybody gives aniyim, his mind is for whoever's need is more compelling among the aniyim. If he said according to this Masha Amud the Shini Baniyim Gufay Kumay Muslim Luxus Mutar, that which he said that you're allowed to change by the aniyim themselves from food to clothing, etc. Yesh Vashkakim Shelfan, we can explain two different ways as well. Rabbeinu Yonah Dafka Lo Yisam Aniyim Mutar Shos you're allowed to specifically for those poor people, not for other poor people who love Masos. Let's talk about the excess. The second answer should be Aru, because it changed to other people, for other aniyim. A Lashon Torah cost the Dafka Tzorch Aniyim. Lashon says specifically the purpose of aniyim. Yechol shows you can change. Because of the Tzorch Oson Aniyim, and didn't write for the purpose of those self-same aniyim. Mashal is going to change. Sounds a little bit like the second explanation. Because this understanding, Dafka should go for aniyim b'chlal. So it's really when they collect for aniyim in general. Even though the nadava was aniyim of the local city, you change it to aniyim from elsewhere. Vice versa. Because really for this aniyim, plenty. These specific aniyim, can't change it unless we have excess. Like it says, whatever's left over from the ani goes to that ani. This is the opinion of these rabbis according to my understanding, says Arukh HaShulchan. Test Shita Sabeinu Tam was told you there's Shoyim L'Shanos. I've never just allowed to change it even for an optional activity. And it was an algebra which it says in Erchin. You'll have to change for different tzorchei tzibur. Zeh das the Rambam Kasa, but it's supposed to be the Rambam. Right? To test the entire Shem Neil, so it's kupa tamchui kupa. People say you'll have to make the kupa into a tamchui, and the tamchui into kupa. L'shan also l'chol ma sheyurtzu b'tzorchei tzibur and change it to anything which they want from communal needs. Rav Bishlo Hisnu came they stipulate this when they collected. Medina Chacham Gadol, if in the country there was a great sage, Shalkoham and everybody's collecting with his on his basis of his authority. He distributes to the poor people according to that which he sees fit. So he changed to anything which he decides is appropriate tzorchei tzibur. Right, Pia she says explicitly that tzibur so the tzibur themselves could change to anything they want. But if there is a great tendency, it's not the Tzibur's decision; it's his. Medina, that which he said in the country. You're doing the Rambam currently in Medina. Rambam calls a city in Medina. It's time as Esther still today. Second shir today. Chol Medina, Medina, and Megillah. I guess according to Rambam, that's synonymous. That's Turkey. Because according to his interpretation in the Mishnah, if the Parnasim see a need to change, they have the right to do so. You're not to distinguish between the excess and the principle. Even though he wrote this previously on the Mosos and the excess, there we didn't get into this issue because we wrote the opinion according to the universal opinion, including others besides the Rambam. The Rambam does distinguish between the principle and the excess. Yud, the Gabi Usham Yishkom, Shom, also the Usham Yishkom, it's there, Muchach Lehedi, it's clear the left Afka, Moisakai, it's not simply going any excess. They Visham Raisa, Raisa, and put in Shovi, Bishovi, don't ransom one captive with another captive. They go into house, you don't ransom one house with another house. They Machi Parasim, but we don't, and we don't allow Parasim do this. And Sham related our cold May Shavako, it's when all the money collected for the captive, not just the excess. And all the money for the towers that they collected for a specific money, not just the excess. It's a great question on the Mukha Yisrael Rabbeinu Yonah. She pushes down, say also who says going specifically on the excess. But the Vadai by Mishnah, the Sham Lucha Varish came, Lo by Brisa. We explain it perhaps in the Mishnah, but not in the Brisa. We shall lace a cloud, Hach, the Eim Amachin. The Brisa, that which says we don't allow, it's only the Brisa. Vita Sefta Perakav the Shkolim is the Sefta, but we call them Shon Hasham. Tina Mishnah, first we learned in the Halach Mishnah, Hachach Hach, they put him in that which you don't redeem Chuli. Zem Esayim Hachta Eim Amachin, that concludes that which you don't allow Ein Sham. Rosh Hashanah, because of the Rosh Hashanah says, Gosim, Shalmi, the Shkolim, most of Chulim, Moses Shvun, the excess of captives for captives, and Machmiyar Parnas, we don't allow the Parnas Chulia, Kalashana. Eshkin Sosa perhaps that was the Gissa. If he's a Shapi, Yeshua, Kaveshim, Mechitzim, Rabbeinu Yoida, that's about the Moisar. I would find it a Gissa Kane, but that's not our Gissa, not our Gissa. Okay. Now, for Rosh Hashanah, Bob and Achim is Elshah. Rosh has a different chiluk. That's Mishkol Lo Ma'ir Moshe Kupa Elshah Aydei Mikre. There in Shkolim it's still not talking about money which belongs to Kupa only by coincidence. But people remember this. People say so Kupa bestarted Reda Kupa generically. That they made it. The Mikra means, I guess, it happenstance that they designated specifically for a purpose. But the Bnei Reda Kupa generically, so they made it on their own cognition, so to speak, their own. What's we're looking for? Their own intent. Will share us come and change of anything they want. She eats the hummus and need money for the poor people to see. They'll collect a different time. Quote for the Rush. The came at the Daitam since it's made for their own, based on their own intent. So what? What do you have to say? They'll collect another time. Maybe yes, maybe no. What difference does it make? The trade time come out. So it seems about it's saying two reasons. One reason change because they made that for an intent. Furthermore, the Egbu collect a different time. Besides the Shabbat, two loyvi bilshonim to the Daita Masua. I'm sorry. Besides the Shabbat, they also works out well that two loyvi bilshmo rak mishum shivu b'amaches. You only brought this far, they're going to collect another time. But lama sham milshona the Daita Masua. Why does it mention the language of the Rosh that was done on their intent? And mishum the trade time in either because of two reasons. Lochashu two loyvi shnei time to not was not considered to bring both reasons. We want to be expansive. Okay. This is why Yosef writes, I mean, they want to feel the Dover Shel Tzochanim, even though it's not the needs of Aniyim. The Alpi Shel Ki Gvul Aniyim, even though they collect for Aniyim, it's Zochman, Aniyim acquire them. Come out, Voya the Gabi Tzibur. Wow. It's a loan to the Aniyim from the Tzibur. It's a loan which you don't then collect, but it's a Chonim allow you to do Rami. Hagaloshono. They need to take it from the name. I guess they have to take it back from the name. Your base. The Ben Rabbi says received that Levi Rakti Rambam. Says it only brings the Rambam. The time of the reason Fisher Chibura Godel, basically wrote in the base Yosef. Family scheme she does many people agree with his approach. And the minute that many people agree with him, and the minute everywhere is to switch around the funding. Please Mish Kasaba of Gam Divrei Harosh. I saw the Rosh says I saw somebody brought down the Rosh. to sustain this approach, the Shach evidently, I'm astounded. Near later, Shabbat basis of political Dvarav, related Dvarav, the basis in that cup of the brush. But this is all in the tzedakah of the rabbim, of the masses. So the rabbim still maldas agaboim, no nosing maldas chacham shabir, because the masses probably, we assume, are giving based on the intent of the officials or the sage of the city. I'm going to say about it's individual. There are other halachas, which we shall explain. Comments by Simon Racial and Test, to explain elsewhere. In the brackets, he writes, Ayin, the Rosh says you can only change for other name, not for an actual activity. Ayin Shachsham. Themselves that's Rosh Shapir. But that's true according to Rosh. There's no such distinction. That you can change him for Varashus Beduk. You give a Kasar Ben Ramah. Ramah writes, the official who's appointed by the people of the city, you can change anything he wants to be talking to from communal needs. What they be tzedakah. So the gabai, it says in brackets the word kupa here. This is true also about an individual who gave stock, who volunteered stock and gave it to the official. That he was not the official. He didn't have to. I mean, about smoke gaboim, but of an individual appointed gaboim himself. The people of the city can't say, well, oh, they really are officials. They're not. The last item is not, he was not giving for on their intent. Also the giver specified, she knew a year should be given to people, the poor people of the city, only a certain poor person, and they can't change even Talmud Torah at Kalashano. End quote from the Ramah. But they argued against it. The Gabai, low down in the Tzibur, the Chacham here. How could a Gabai change his own discretion? It's not like it's the community or the Chacham. Here, the Roshon Shas should say allowed to change even for Habsha activity. Have a Gabai, and the Gabai can only change to another Var Mitzvah. The Chayin Scheme of Poiskin has a consensus of the Poiskin. Chayin Ashber Kamen Erkin seems to be the indication Erkin Davav, the Bach and the Shach and the Gra. Unless the Mitzvah has been established that way, the Gabai is a Komashirta, the Gabai can do whatever he wants. That's the Shach. Then everybody who gives according to custom. Nearly the Be'emes Tiktik B'dvar Aldino Sharabeno B'Yisays Tamar Kupa Shal B'nei Ha'ir. So this Arukh HaShulchan throws in why he explained as the word Kupa before. He's called the Ramah. He's saying is going to according to his what he said before about that it's about the Kupa of the city. The Gabai Sheyem Mokum Kol B'nei Ha'ir, and the Kupa has a Gabai who's appointed in lieu of the entire city. Therefore, his koch is like their koch. Whatever discretion they have, yes. And it's we show the same thing is true by Yochid, individual who volunteered something gave to the Gabai. Like I said a moment ago, the Yochid, besides speaking with constantly, based on his value assessment, on the Sal Kuba said the Gabai gave others more to the Kuba Sera than to the Gabai. The Mistam and that and also that we assume he gave according to with the intention Gabai as so that the Gabai should do as he pleases. Zamar Avalim, know about Smogaboy Machule. That's what he had. So if the person himself appointed Gaboy. Klamar Bedover Shoni Chas Kol is here, in other words, which never entered the jurisdiction of the general city fund. The city cannot change it. So the Gaboy can't change it. Can appear nice and Chule, so to the nice and it's made specific Chule specified. Klamar Shapirish, when he in other words specified, I feel that's a Gaboy, and we give it to the Gaboy of the city, also shows he can't change it. Gaboy can't change it. Came for Marik, she's been Gaboy or Gaboy. Some types of Gaboy here. As we clarified momentarily as well. Orkos also writes, Shemit Rama. Sheminu Gabai, they point the Gabai Minisparah Chavila. And the Achtus of the city dissipated. And they flew to Zemi Zeh. And they scattered. I don't know if literally they scattered or they became divisive. I don't know. By that most story we had a Gabai that's still stuck in my hands. A Gabai and Rishus, we had a Gabai B'tchila, so it's Mashiach. So he initially had Rishus do whatever he wanted. Kamataya said Mashiach, now he also could do whatever he wants. B'mitchila hu tzrach Originally you have to ask the people in the city. Now we also has to ask. It's not possible to ask. They're divided. They can't agree. Yes, a gabbai. Mashi yetz a gabbai can do whatever he wants. Bachi yes about var mitzvah. Only for var mitzvah can l'shono. Ain't quote for the Ramah. Kamash is going to tell us to avoid the nifadu v'lo tzivu echla. Even though they split up and they didn't command what to do afterwards, can havi kamo mechila ve'enot tzarich lishomen. So it's like mechila. Then moichel. He doesn't have to ask them permission. You shall. Sorry. Nevertheless, if you can't ask, you should ask. If it's very difficult, or they can't come to agreement, she asks they left the strict law in place so he can do what he wants. But in this respect, it's not like the Rambam's Gabbai before. Change it to anything, even the Varashos. You don't change the Var Mitzvah. Then he didn't know Marachuli Achli. Okay, maybe they're Moichel. Konkol never as Vadim, he stumbled Achli and Varashos, they were not. We assume we're not Moichel for optional activity. The other day, Mitzvahs, and if you do Mitzvahs and Yishon Mekoimah, some split and some remain. Yishrak gets and Shem Mekoimah. She only asked by being remain. So here it sounds like it actually was a physical dispersing. Simulation test is bar or medium el ein sham. There will be more to explain.